Hello one and all, and welcome to Fable Heroes, the review. Dun 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 dun! Now, Fable Heroes is a game in the unbelievable for a game that has yet to be released. So, you know, the whole kinetic hands crawler Fable Journeys is kind of like teasing you that you can upload your gold or something into the game when you buy it. It's a nice strategy, really, but you know, it's kind of, I can't buy it, Lionhead, I want it now. But anyway, that said, there's still the question of whether the ability to transfer your gold from Fable Heroes to its disc-based brother is worth it. Although I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, so I think we need to really explain what Fable Heroes is before we get into that. Anyway, on with the show. There's nothing wrong with this quirky or unusual art style. In fact, I might even be inclined to call Fable Heroes' wooden puppet characters endearing or cute. You know, they kind of remind me of the Mii's or the Sack Boys from the PS3 Little Big Planet. The world in which they run around is colourful, though it doesn't really feel like anything other than a generic fantasy, with the realistic lava, cave, ice mountain, and then of course the usual idyllic farm villages. You know, from every kind of corner is kind of ticked off. It's like, oh, let's go to the farm, or let's go to a grave site. But anyway, there's also like the traditional Fable monsters such as Wolverines, the Hobbits? No, the Hobbs. Oh god, Hobbits. Gerald Tolkien's gonna be rolling in his grave. Wait, is he dead? You know, you've got Halloween, Wolverines, the Hobbs, and Hollow Man, really. But although, to be fair, you won't actually really recognise them because the camera is like drawn so far back from the action. You really have to focus on what is. Although when you first do meet an enemy for the first time, their name is planted right up in the big red letters behind you. So, unless you're blind or illiterate, you shouldn't be able to meet them. Really, I think the idea with Fable Heroes is to make it a kids' board game. You're playing little like doll figurine things that, while selecting levels and minigames, you move from top to bottom in an overarching map, which appear to be set up at someone else's desk or table, like Fable or Mario Party, or it could be like those really weird guys that you meet in Fable 3 that shrink down into a board game. See, if it was going to be like that, you needed to have those guys giving it the voiceover, which then would be absolutely brilliant. Anyway, after you've done like your level, you've got like mini games or a never-ending boss fight, but anyway, you've got like these, you've got like a board which you can roll dice for to level up your character and then use your gold to purchase the abilities. But if you roll on a square that you've already purchased all the upgrades for, then you're kind of screwed, because then you've got to roll again and probably buy something really crappy. But this kind of makes leveling up fairly linear. It's more hampered by the fact that you have no control over what upgrades are available to you than anything else. I want to buy a speed upgrade but lands on a tactile? Well, you know, too bad. But the question remains though, why does the actual gameplay entice one to playing through the levels and minigames for upgrade currency to unlock new characters? To be honest, it doesn't really. Once you've got like the basic beat 'em up gameplay there's nothing really other than it's not even that much fun compared to Castle Crashers. Like Castle Crashers is absolutely manic. I'm gonna say you've got diarrhea. But anyway, it's the best way to actually possibly play Fable Heroes is with like 3 other people, because then at least you can fight in a scoreboard over gold or try and knock each other out the way on the minigames. I guess this is really how it's supposed to play with more than one person. It's a party game, a hack and slash RPG party game. Have we had one of those before? I don't think so. Anyway, the combat feels really unresponsive. Your puppet swings his sword or hammer or shoots his gun or magic, whatever it is that is. But the enemies don't really respond in a meaningful way. They like stagger and that's about it. The game lacks its visual prowess of the older games. Like when you're swinging and madly with your hammer or your sword, those blows very rarely connect. And it's just such a shame because they have such a great engine for the hack and slash from the actual Fable series. I don't see why it wasn't used and done away with that mechanic. Even when you use your flourish attack, half the time it misses it. And then you've got an area attack which you have to sacrifice your health for. But even the upgraded flourish attack actually is really slow and pointless really. Fortunately though, all the flourish speed can be upgraded as its attack damage, as can the attack speed of the normal attacks, and movement speed, which is good because half the time it actually feels like your character is moving underwater. It's just like, the only time that the game actually feels brilliant is when you pick up a super speed power up from a chest, which is brilliant because then your character goes around like he's on caffeine, which is how an hack and slash should be played. It's just really manic. And then evidently trying to avoid the slow time one because, well, it kind of breaks the game and feels like you're just going to a stop. The strange thing for me about Fable Heroes, to me, is the series is founded on the premise of freedom and being able to define one's own experience through the course of the game. But you're like given a split in the road, do you go left or do you go right? That is the only choice that you have in this game. It's like, oh, let's go left. Oh, there's a giant beast boss. Let's go right. Oh, we're gonna run around by chickens. I hate the bosses on this. Anyway, if you want a kind of nice party 4-player co-op Fable-based game, then get this one. But if you want to kind of see what Fable Journeys looks like, don't get this. So save your Microsoft points, get The Walking Dead instead, or I don't know, Trials HD. That's brilliant. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye.